Hi, everyone. So today we are going to go over how to prepare an exclusive right of sale listing agreement. So let's get started. The time period I typically do 6 months. Description of property, I just did a fake address for the time being. Legal description, remember it can be found on the property appraiser's website. Personal property, including appliances. Occupancy, properties occupied, you check here. If it is not, check here. If it is occupied, make sure that you put the date that the lease expires here, this section. Financing terms, cash, conventional, PA or FHA. If the seller is going to provide seller's financing, you check here. Seller will hold a purchase money mortgage in the amount of, you put the amount there. There is an assumption of a mortgage, you would check here. And then you say how much of the mortgage would the buyer assume, you put it here. Section C, seller expenses. Seller will pay mortgage discount or other closing costs not to exceed. Put that percentage there, if that is the case. Remember, we try to do all of our videos underneath 10 minutes, so we kind of speed up the process with the most common type of contract. This is broker's authority. So it says display the property on the internet except for the street address. I typically leave that blank, and I do keep this because I like the street address to be listed. Seller does not authorize broker to display the property on the MLS. Of course, we need to display the property on the MLS, so we don't check that off. And if they don't allow it, then it has to be a more of a private type of sale. And when I say a private type of sale, I mean like a broker's uh, listing. Like the broker would basically be limited to marketing the property um, within the office because he couldn't market it to other agents. Section E, use a lockbox system to show and access the property. A lockbox does not ensure the property security. Seller is advised to secure or remove valuables. Seller agrees that the lockbox is the seller's benefit and releases broker, personal working for broker, and broker for realtor, board association for all liability and responsibility in connection with the damage or loss that occurs. I think that is important to check off because that's typically what the agents do. We put a lockbox on the property, or we put one of those e-lock boxes on the property. Withhold verbal offers. Withhold offers when seller accepts the sales contract for the property. That's something that you want to discuss with your client, and decide how they would prefer to proceed. Here's the next important section. And it says make all legally required disclosures, including all the facts that materially affect the property value and are not readily observable or known by the buyer. Seller certifies and represents that the seller knows of no such material facts, local government, building code violation, undesirable defects, etc., other than the following. So if there's any defects in the property that the seller is aware of, you need to list that in this location. This is in section 8 is in regards to the compensation. So if you're getting 6% here, if you're adding a transaction fee of some sort, put it here. If you're not doing it by a percentage rate, but an actual amount, you put that amount here in this section. Okay, but only one section is to be filled out, it's either or. If there's an amount that they're gonna pay for the consideration paid for an option, you put it here. For a gross lease, you put it here. Section D is in regards to terminating of the contract. If within blank days after termination date, which is the protection period, seller transfer contracts to transfer the property or any interest in the property to any prospects with whom the seller, broker, or any real estate licensee communicated regarding the property before termination date. However, no fee will be due to the broker if the property is relisted after termination date and sold through another brokerage. 90 days here. Retain deposits, I can simply leave it blank, and it basically means that if there is a deposit retained, then the broker is entitled to receive 50%. Cooperation broker, typically it's split half and half. Here's single notice information. This basically tells you what the broker is required to do, what the duties of the broker and the associates. Everyone must sign. Conditional termination. Some brokers have a cancellation fee. We do not. We believe that our work speaks for itself. Another section where for dispute resolution, signature are required there. Any additional terms go here. And if you want to put the seller's information, well, you do. You put the seller's information here, and then the authorized brokerage information, address. Next is up for signatures, but this is typically how you fill out very quickly the contract between the seller and the brokerage. And this contract is called the exclusive right of sale listing agreement. We hope that this video allowed you to quickly see how to fill this form out within 10 minutes. Thank you for viewing. Goodbye.